Hello and welcome to Ex Fide Bibles. My name is Ethan. So today I have a couple rebinds to share. This one on the bottom here is 100% completed, and this one on the top here I kind of consider like 95% completed. The one on the top I just need to glue on the end sheets, but otherwise it's completed. So I'll go ahead and talk about this one on top. So this Bible here is actually for a fellow YouTuber by the name of John Miles. He has a really great channel where he talks about the Bible, translations, how to make the Bible your hobby, and really, dive deep into the Word and study the Word and understand the Word better and better, and ultimately, increase your faith and your walk with the Lord and your service to the Lord through the Word. So he has a really cool channel, and we got connected in his comment section a while back, and he mentioned that he had a New American Standard Bible that he wanted to get rebound. So I was able to give him a pretty good price because he has a pretty decent follower count. So we I kind of gave him like a promotional pricing type thing in return for hearing his thoughts on my product. So very unofficial, but I was able to give him a good price on this rebind here. So funny story about this one. So this is actually my second attempt at this cover. I was doing a deep sea Pat Nat goat skin rebind of this Bible initially, and I messed that cover up. I miscut one of the lines, and I didn't realize until late, and I ended up restarting it. So him and we were talking back and forth a good bit about leather and what he wanted. And he said, use whatever leather you have on hand. I sent him the couple different leathers that I had on hand, and he said, if I didn't know exactly how much Pat Nat goat skin I had, but at the time, and he said, I like the Pat Nat, we'll go with that as number one, and then we'll go with this dark blue goat skin as number two. So since I messed up the Pat Nat cover, I turned it around quickly and got this together for him. So this Bible needed a good bit of repairs because it is a very, very well loved and well used block. I had to restitch two signatures in Genesis, the first two signatures, and I was able to fix it up for him. So I did stitch in cardstock in the front and the back for him, just to give it plenty of rigidity and everything like that. So I'm really happy with how this one turned out. This is a Chevrolet, like a deep, deep, dark blue Chevrolet goat skin. Really shiny, really, really nice to the touch. And I really like how this turned out. I did a standard yap on this one, 3/8 of an inch, but it ended up actually being a full yap just because, this block is so trim because it's a Pit Minion. This liner leather here on the inside has quickly become one of my favorite liner materials to work with. This is from a tannery called A&A Crack. It's from aleatherstore.com, and their cowhides are just really, really premium. This cowhide is really easy to clean. Like once you've done all of your foldovers and you might have glue kind of squirting out from the corners. This cowhide has such a resilient finish on it that it's such a breeze to clean up. Like you can actually use some elbow grease to clean up your glue with some warm water, and you don't have to worry about really messing up. You don't have to worry about messing up the finish at all. That's very different from like a Napa lambskin, which you have to be very careful of not to mar that delicate, more delicate surface. So this is a liner material that I'm going to start using more and more. I have a gal who is getting a rebind from me here really soon. That's going to use some more of this stuff. So it's like a really good medium softness, and it is not stretchy, which means it's really easy to work with. When you go to measure a line, your line stays, 12 inches and 1/16 and doesn't fluctuate between 12 inches and 1/8, that type of thing. That you'll see that if you work with really soft leathers, you have issues with the leather stretching and your measurements being off. So this is a liner material that I use. I really like using, and I'll recommend this upgrade to people who, like the lady I'm doing a Horween rebind here really soon. She wants a really, really small yap on her Bible. She said, make it as small as you can possibly get it. And I said, okay, I can do that. I can make you a really small yap Bible, but I need you to upgrade your liner because I need all of my measurements to be like perfectly on the dot, down to, 1/32 or 1/16 accuracy on the dot. So, A&A Crack Softy is really the way to go if you want a liner that's not gonna flex around and be squirrely. So really happy with the corners I got on this Bible. I did my standard 5/16 fold over. The pleats. This goat skin is just really nice to work with. Once late in the game, I decided to restart this cover from the ground up. I actually was able to get it up to the point. The cover that I trashed essentially was all the way completed up to the point of hubs, stamping, skiving. It was glued together. I just hadn't done the foldovers yet. And I kind of made the decision just quickly and said, I need to restart this cover. My gut is telling me I need to restart this cover. So I ended up staying up really late that night, and I got this almost up to the point where that other cover was in one night. So these corners are very happy with these corners. I did black stitching, black stitching here. I think I did the top ones already. So yeah, I'm really starting to get some good corners. So yeah, I really like how this one turned out. I mean, it's such a small Bible, and it opens. I mean, the end sheets are not in it yet, but opens flat without too much issue. Even here in Deuteronomy, which is pretty awesome. So yep. So I think that'll be number 50. Once I finish that one, I'm going to work on it some more tonight and do the end papers tonight, but I think that'll be number 50, which is awesome. So this is number 49, and I'm really happy with this one. This one is 100% done. All I need to do is, wrap it up in plastic wrap and ship it off. So this is a really nice sized Bible. This is almost my Goldilocks, personal size Bible. It's a New King James single column verse by verse Bible. So this guy wanted a green and copper or a green and rust color scheme. So he wanted Emerald Minerva, which you all know that is one of my favorite leathers. He wanted copper stamping on the spine here. Obviously my standard spine hubs. He wanted my simple X-Fi branding down here. He wanted rust stitching all the way around, which I thought looked awesome. He wanted full yap and a perimeter tool line, which, man, if there's one thing there's a number of aesthetic choices on a Bible that I just love doing. A lot of them I do standard, I love the look of hubs, so I do hubs on all my Bibles. But I love the look of either a full yap or a generous yap Bible with a yap tool line. I just think it looks so clean, so fresh. It is just the cherry on top of a good Bible, in my opinion. So I'm really happy with how this one turned out. I used I did an autumn, burnt orange, rust, whatever you want to call it. This is a textured end sheet instead of trying to get some of the texture there. This is a textured end sheet instead of my normal, Hollanders. Anyway, having trouble focusing here up close, but he wanted a rust matching textured like Allen style end sheet, so I was happy to do that for him. I actually ended up going to Hobby Lobby and sending him a bunch of options, and he was able to choose, which is cool. Yeah, so I used the really nice aniline, it's on the more firm side, aniline calfskin or cowhide for the liner, and the combination of Minerva box and this cowhide is just a really, really good combination. It has like that kind of Goldilocks level of firmness, and like really, really feels great. I told him, like, I honestly think this might be one of the best Bibles I've ever done, and I have no qualms with saying that. I think this is my best work. Like the hubs just look so clean, in my opinion. The stamping, I really couldn't get the stamping any more centered or, clean as I got it. My stitching looks great. So funny enough, I actually did this exterior tool line, or the Yap tool line, once the Bible was already together, which was kind of interesting. And I really think might be the way to go from here on out, because you can really ensure, no matter if like one of your edges is just like a little bit wobbly, or like one length is just a little bit like 1/16 wider than the other, no matter if like one of your measurements is just a tad bit off, you can ensure that this line gets right on the edge of the block, because you're not measuring from the side of your cover, if that makes sense. So I did this tool line after the Bible was together, and I'm really liking how it looks. So yeah. So I loved how much this looked so much, this exterior tool line, that I actually ended up putting it on my emerald rebind that I did recently. So this is mine that I've been using for several months now, and I ended up going ahead and putting that exterior tool line on my Bible. And with this rebind, I used a lambskin liner on the inside, and honestly, I don't like the lambskin with the Minerva as much as with the aniline cowhide. It just feels a little bit too flimsy, in my opinion. So because of that, as a standard offering, like if people don't specify what type of liner, I'll do that really nice kind of Goldilocks combo for people. So yeah, if people don't specify, I really try to tap into some of my expertise and experience to give people the best Bible and the best product that I can give them. I'm not just cobbling together whatever materials I have on hand. I really try to give people the best I can. So yeah, these are two of my more recent rebinds. This is number 49, the New King James single column verse by verse, and then the NASB Cambridge Pitt Minion. Thanks for watching. This is Ethan from Xfinity Bibles.